Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV here on this Thursday evening. Tonight, the Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Tonight, we are live in Barboursville, Florida, live from the virtual Volusia Speedway Park for round number 4 of the Sprint Car Series. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Jerry Vetska once again. Jerry, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV, and welcome to the virtual Volusia Speedway Park.
It's great to be back. 410 action here down at Volusia, and it is going to be a great show as practice working up here, and I'm excited. Another good night of sprint car racing.
That indeed it is. Just a shortened field tonight. 15 cars making their way into the virtual pit area for tonight. Qualifying about to be done and dusted. And it is going to be Vinny Sansoni with a 13.131. He will take the honours in the number 1 spot. Tyler Henselman trying to get the lap in here at Volusia, but I think time is going to run out for the driver of that number 21 machine. So we'll have to see him come from the back of the bus in heat race number 1. That is qualifying complete. Let's move into heat race number 1. Let's go track side right now. Take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. For the first of 2 laps, Jerry, it's going to be 8 laps in distance. And normally we see the top 4 go through. However, being such a small field here tonight on this Thursday evening, all drivers will make the show, but still the top 2 will make the dash. Heat race number 1, Richie Preston going to start on pole in the 125 machine. Chance Siskowski will start position 2. Casey Graves will line up out of position number 3. Kevin Hanley will make his way into the 4th starting position. Kyle Stoltz will round out your top 5. Chris Roberts back there in 6th. Aaron Schaefer 7th. And Tyler Henselman to round out 8 cars here in heat race number 1.
Bear with me here. I got kicked out. They kicked me out of Volusia already.
Already? It just didn't take
yes, they've kicked me out already.
Didn't take you long.
Oh, no, it didn't take them long to kick me out here. So trying to get logged back in. Hang on a minute.
All right, I'll tell you what. You get logged back in. We'll continue on with the show as we get set for the first heat race here of the night. Live again from the virtual Volusia Speedway Park, the Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Winged Sprint Car Series, presented by Dirty Old Bastards. We are live across Facebook and YouTube tonight, so if you haven't done so already, hit that like and follow button on the page, and don't forget, share it out to all your friends, start some watch parties, do what you've got to do, and make this another successful show. Jerry, we're coming off the 305s, what we've seen yesterday at Limaland, and we were talking about the numbers that the video has had 50,000 views in less than 20, or in about 24 hours time.
It was amazing. That was a great show last night too. Everybody was all had a good field of cars there for that 305 series race, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum race last night, and they put on a good show. It was pretty awesome. You put those little 305s on a tight little racetrack, and they'll put a great show on for you. Well,
your third time in the booth, and third time with me in the booth. We've had a 3/4 of a mile racetrack. We had a 1/4 mile of racetrack, and now we come to a 1/2 mile. So all sorts of different shapes and sizes.
Exactly. I'll be excited if I can hurry up and get back on here with this deal. Yeah, it's still like I said, still kind of new at all this stuff.
Yeah, all good. Heat race number 1, cars on the racetrack. Richie Preston will lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2 for the first of 8 circuits around Volusia. We go back to caution laps not counting as well. Chance Siskowski running back there in 2nd. Kevin Hanley in the 110 machine back there in position number 3. We go down the back straightaway for the 2nd time. There are spread out single file right now, but Preston continues to lead the opening heat race of the night. 2 down, 6 to run. Siskowski still works the low side through turns 1 and 2. He will slide up to the back straightaway, right up near the wall. Hanley now starting to make a run up on the inside, unable to make that pass in turns 3 and 4. We've got the car. I think they might be running out of fuel. Casey Graves, he's going to be stuck at the back of the bus, and well, we continue to watch this battle on between 2nd and 3rd, Siskowski and Kevin Hanley. Hanley has been super quick here last season. I believe he picked up a podium or a win the last time we visited the Volusia Speedway Park, and now that 110 machine slide job into turn number 3 and 4. Siskowski back to the inside into turns 1 and 2, trying to put the moves back on Kevin Hanley. While this is happening, Richie Preston out to over a 1 second lead. Slide job by Siskowski. Hanley into the wall on the front straightaway. Oh no, in comes Chris Roberts. Hanley pirouetting and upside down. Yellow flag is out. And a 1.2 second gap that Richie Preston had just as we're coming to the white flag. Oh, that's going to be evaporated right now. All right, 1 lap to go. White lights are out on the racing.com page track. Just bear with us, folks.
Oh, shit.
Here we go, green flag back out here. Richie Preston at a 1 lap shootout in heat race number 1. The final lap, Richie Preston, Chance Siskowski, Chris Roberts. Then you go back to Aaron Schaefer and Tyler Henselman up for turn number 4. Checkered flag is out, Preston victorious. Heat number 1, Siskowski home in 2nd, Roberts 3rd. Schaefer, Henselman, Hanley, Graves and Stoltz. And that is heat race number 1 complete.
Yeah, I'll still leave the rookie stripe on. I don't. I guess I didn't realize to go back down and hit that. I figured, oh shit, it pops it up. So we're good. I'm on for heat race number 2 there, Vinny.
All right, let's take a look at your ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the 2nd and final heat race of the night. Starting on pole in car number 80, it's Vinny Sansoni. To his outside in car 15, Michael Sheridan position 2. Jason Brown in car number 2 will start position number 3. Mike Keegan will start position number 4. Anthony Lepresta will line up at a position number 5. Tyson Landis at a position 6. And Stephen Hill to make up a 7-car field here in heat race number 2. Jerry, welcome back.
Yes, I'm here. As I said, I still have the rookie. I got the rookie bandana on the cage yet. Still trying to get this whole thing figured out, but I'm here. They locked me out of the booth for a minute. They wouldn't let me come in. I had to bang on the door to get in with you, but we're here for heat race number 2. That was pretty good. Heat race number 1, though, I was trying to figure it out, I was kind of listening, so I kind of had an idea what was going on.
I just had to make sure that the old breathalyzer was still working, making sure you weren't drinking too much vodka while you're trying to throw out some extra toilet paper that you might have.
No. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm more of a Crown Royal kind of guy myself. So, but it is kind of weird that Kirkland makes vodka and toilet paper, and you can buy it at Costco. I don't quite get it. So, I haven't figured out. I haven't went through that 30-pack, and it'll probably take me a year to do so. So I didn't figure out the whole toilet paper hoarding thing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange deal. But then our heat race number 2, the Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Of course, big shout out to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV before we go green. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, dirtfan.com, World of Thunder Racing League, and iRace Wraps. Heat race number 2, Jerry, I'll let us lead us to the green flag.
Sanson Sheridan going to bring him in behind the iRacing Chevrolet Silverado. It'll drop to the infield here at the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. They're looking for the green flag, and it'll come up. And we will race them on. Remember the top two go to the dashes. They'll go side by side back there for the number 2 and 3 spot. Just out to the race lane. Sheridan running the number 2 spot. Brown and Keegan working on it in there in the 92. It'll be a 3-pack racing back there for the 3, 4, 5, and now 6 spot up for grabs. They'll race them into turn number 1. Sazonia race leader Sheridan still in that number 2 spot. They will work the top line around this big half mile in Florida. To the bottom side, here comes Sheridan. Sheridan trying to size up Vinny in that number 80 car, your leader.
2 down, 6 to run, Sansone, your leader, Sheridan, 2nd, Keegan, 3rd. Brown holding off Tyson Letters for that 4th and 5th spot on the racetrack. Anthony Lopresto back there in position 6. Closest battle on screen is more than likely going to be the drivers in 2nd and 3rd right now is Mike Keegan, that orange and white famous X machine, down into turn number 3 and 4 for Team Seti. He's getting a run. Oh, car into the wall. Jason Brown in the number 2 machine. We stay green for the moment, and now Keegan all over the back of Sheridan, down into turn number 3, Jerry.
Sheridan's got company. Here we go for the race lead. Sansone on the inside. He's got company about 15 to Sheridan. Keegan is right there. Keegan back there in the number 3 spot, trying to size him up as they hustle down the back straightaway. Still Sansone.
Well, 2 to run right now for Vinny Sansone in that number 80 machine for D1RT Racing. Sheridan looking to make himself a spot in tonight's dash. Here at the Volusia Speedway Park, we go into 3 and 4. The white flag flies. 1 lap left to go, Jerry.
White's out, 1 to go. Final 2 left-hand turns will be coming as they hustle down the back straightaway. Sansone, your race leader. Sheridan running 2nd. Keegan in 3rd. They'll power off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Heat race number 2, Vinny Sazzone. Picking up the win, Michael Sheridan. Mike Keegan and Tyson Landis, your top 4. They're in heat race number 2. And that was a pretty nasty wreck back there earlier in that one. Jason Brown and those guys got together, and I just caught it off camera, and it's kind of, it hurts when you go, even though it's virtual racing, it hurts when you go head first into the concrete at Volusia.
Yeah, that it does. All right, no B mains required, no C main required neither. Being 15 cars, we are straight into tonight's trophy dash again. 6 laps on the board, but we're only going to put 4 cars, so only the top 2 that were from the heat race 1 and heat race 2, I believe, from memory, I think it was. We had Richie Preston and Chance Siskowski, the top 2 there. And we had Vinny Sansone and Michael Sheridan. Those 4 drivers about to make their way onto the racetrack. They are drawing for positions as we speak. But, Jerry, a bit of a different type of racetrack, Volusia. It's more so of a D-shaped racetrack, that back straightaway. It's not straight. It's certainly got a curve in it.
Yeah, you come out, it's tight getting into one, and then it kind of makes that sweep, and it sweeps all the way down the back straightaway, and then you got to hairpin it down there to the bottom of turn number 3, and then it's just straight down the front. Now, explain to me, because I know how the draw works when we're outside. You know, the guy, they come up and they draw a spoon or a poker chip. How does it work when these guys do the draw here when we're not seeing it, but we know it does it? How do the racers do that?
So basically, race control. So Chris Roberts will have written 4 numbers down in front of him. Of course, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then he'll mix them up. So the driver will pick a number between obviously 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so if the first driver picks 1, and Chris Roberts, he might have number 4 written down. So that driver will start position 4. So essentially, it's still like drawing a poker chip or a spoon or a card. It does it, but the only thing is we don't get to see it. But
looks like the Magic Square game.
Yes. No idea what that is, but we'll go with it. But I'm sure you'll educate me on.
For you sometime.
All right.
Dash is up to the way, and we go to the green flag of that 80 machine of Vinny Sansone. You saw him in heat race number 2. Pick up and dominate that one. Same with the Sheridan. The guys out of heat race number 2, Brett, they are running 1 and 2. They'll start to the front row if they finish up this way, but it ain't over yet.
No, Richie Preston has certainly got a fast top rod in the number 25 machine. Will come to 2 down and 4 to run. In tonight's trophy dash, it is Vinny Sansone out in front, that orange number 80 machine. Michael Sheridan really closing the gap down into turn number 1 and 2. Be very surprised if he makes something happen in at 3 and 4. He looks to the bottom side, but Sansone's still going to have it. Halfway home, 3 down, 3 to run.
Sansone here at the cross flag. Still your race under the 15 machine right there of Sheridan. That's the way they ran on heat race number 2. That's the way they're running the dash right now. That one double doozer, 125 of Preston back there in the number 3 spot. Remember, finishing order is your starting order for tonight's A main event. 410 sprint cars here at Virtual Volusia. Working on down, getting ready to come quickly as this one's in the box. It'll be the 80 machine of Sansone and Sheridan. They're 1 and 2.
Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Vinny Sansone going to make it the complete sweep here in the dash and the heat races. He will start on pole of tonight's 35-lap main event. Second is going to go to Michael Sheridan. Third will be Richie Preston and Chance Siskowski in car 7. He will come home position number 4. And there we go, Jerry. We know our lineup for our 35-lap main event. But boy, oh boy, is this one still far from over.
I tell you what, somebody has the key to the broom closet and is locking it right now because they don't want that 80 car of Vinny to walk on in, grab a broom, and sweep this thing clean tonight with a heat race, a dash, and a feature win. But we'll see what happens. You'll start up there on that front row, and it's anybody's taken here as they come to the racetrack and cut some laps here, getting things ready for our feature event here this evening.
All right, what we'll do here on Ultimate TV, we'll take a quick break and come back. These drivers have a 2-minute warm-up session right now, so we'll take this opportunity, step aside, pay some bills here on Ultimate TV, come back and watch our 35-lap A main event for the Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Winged Sprint Car Series live from the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Winged Sprint Car Series live tonight from the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. Britt Wheeler joined alongside Jerry Vanskill. Jerry, it is now time for our 35-lap A main event. And boy, with this racetrack, with the dynamic track change, we are certainly going to see this track change throughout the course of this 35-lap A main.
I don't know if you know this or not, but the nachos here at Virtual Volusia, amazing. I had time to run down there and get some nachos, the jalapenos. Oh, I'm ready for a feature now.
All right, let's take a look right now. It's your ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 30-lap A main event. And a reminder, the first 4 positions, well, they're going to be mixed up just a little bit, but we can tell you Vinny Sansoni will start on pole. On his outside, Michael Sheridan, position number 2. Richie Preston going to line up at a position 3. Chance Siskowski will line up at a position number 4. Chris Robertson, Mike Keegan will make up rows 3 inside and outside positions 5 and 6. Aaron Schaefer going to line up at a position 7. Tyson Landis at a position number 8. Position 9, it's going to be Tyler Henselman at a position number 10. Anthony Lopresto. 11th starter is going to be the 110 of Kevin Hanley and Stephen Hill. We'll round out your top 12. Then you go back to Casey Graves and Jason Brown for True Speed Motorsports drivers in positions number 13 and 14. And Kyle Stoltz to make up a 15-car field here tonight. Jerry, we had caution laps not counting last night where we added 3 extra laps to the total distance of 50. Tonight we don't do that. We go back to caution laps not counting, so we're only going to see a 35-lap main event, but of course these first 2 laps to get the drivers into their correct positions from the dash.
So it'll be a good one. 35 laps here at Virtual Volusia as Pace Truck will drop to the infield. They'll go 2 laps here as we watch it. Then we'll go 35 to the green. Kind of threw me off last night when we did that. I'm like, he's waving the green. Why aren't we going? But the way it all scores out, I'm like, I get it now. So great to have you. If you're watching on Facebook, watching the watch party, it's great to have you tuned on in here and watching with Brett and myself and the gang here. 15-4-10s with us here at Volusia. As Thursday night, what else will we do on a Thursday night besides sit at home and do nothing? But I think it's more like Friday for you down there, down under, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, mate. 11:30 on a Friday.
We need a good old production stock race or something. I got a buddy of mine that lives in Hervey Bay that comes back every summer and races with us here in the Midwest and races production stock down there. It's what they call it down there. The old taxi cabs is what you guys would call them if we were running them there.
Took the words right out of my mouth, the taxi cab.
I know it. No taxi cabs here, Brett. We are set to go. 35 laps. Sansone and Sheridan on the front row looking for the green flag from your starter. Off of turn number 4-3 or 410 cubic inches from the line. But we will thunder here at Volusia down into turn number 1.
Sansoni got a good start over Preston. Now to the inside on Sheridan. In fact, the other way around. Sheridan to the inside on Preston. They go through 3 and 4. Preston slides up. Siskowski now going to make it a 3-car battle. Nearly 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Siskowski stays low. We go yellow. And Tyler Henselman, I believe, in the number 21 machine, sitting upside down on the front straightaway. He's going to call the virtual tow truck. And he's going to take a tow back to pit road. That will be Tyler Henselman done for the night. As the 21 machines, we take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and get a closer look at what happened here to that 21 machine. Just, the 27. Stephen Hill just coming down the racetrack. And Henselman nowhere to go on that exchange.
I saw that just off camera. They got together and seen him get into the fence and hit it with a tank and just get her a little crossed on up and around it went. But it'll happen. Put the open wheels there and around they go, and you never know where they'll go.
Well, unfortunately for Tyler Henselman in that 21 machine, he's going to take no further part in tonight's 35-lap main event. Of course, rules is once you go back to pit road, you are done and dusted for the night. So Tyler Henselman will be credited with a 15th place finish. Stephen Hill, I believe, going to the back of the bus and, claiming fault for that yellow flag. And, Jerry, it's one thing to note as well, these drivers, race control, give these drivers an opportunity to basically man up and say, yep, and claim the caution. They'll say, yep, that's my fault, give me an EOL. If they don't do that, they risk of a post-race penalty with race control going back, looking at the replay, and if they're deemed at fault and don't claim it, if they finish, if for instance they finish third, a post-race penalty could move them back to about the 14th spot. So race control, putting it back in the hands of the drivers to own up to the mistakes.
Yeah, it's kind of been one of those asphalt rules they ran up in Wisconsin for years. They call it the tap out rule. So if you got into somebody and said, hey, that was my fault, you'd go by the flagman, you'd put your hand up on the roof, you'd tap yourself out, you'd go to the back, and the driver that you took out would go back to the spot that you took him out of. So that's always good sportsmanship and makes for a good, clean race. And then speaking of good, clean races, we're going to see clean air out of Vinny Sansone down the back straightaway. Sheridan Preston, Skowski working there on the number 4 spot. Keegan looking there is now the 93 of Chris Roberts back there deep in the field.
Oh, we've seen Roberts last night in the 305 work the bottom side all the way around the Lima Motorsports Park. Bit of a different story here tonight as we continue to watch Keegan close in on Chance Siskowski for that 4th spot. But as we say that, your race leader, he's about to come under heavy fire from the 15 of Michael Sheridan here in the next couple of laps. Sheridan's got that 15 working a treat on the top side of the racetrack.
Sheridan trying to do that. You see him, he follows the tire tracks to it right down to turn number 1 and 2. The top side is dominant. It is still that 80 machine in Sansone. Your race leader, Sheridan, running the number 2 spot. Preston and Siskowski working that number 4 spot. They'll hustle on down the front straightaway. Sansone still up there as he is leading this field. And you watch it, the 15 of Michael Sheridan. Brett, he will get to the bottom side of turn number 1 and 2, but it is still that 80 machine of Sansone able to sweep down that long back straightaway.
Yeah, Sansone now getting clear, starting to get into a rhythm, and now Preston, he's now starting to make a challenge for 2nd spot as he ducks down to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job down into 3 and 4. Sheridan crossing underneath out of turn 4. They drag race down into 1 and 2. This time it's Sheridan to put the slider now on Richie Preston. So a good battle for 2nd and 3rd, and Preston nearly tags the tail tank of the 15 machine on the back straightaway. But we stay, we stay clean and green, but the yellow flag is out. And I believe Anthony Lepresto going to be back on pit road, or it might even be Aaron Schaefer.
Looks like Aaron Schaefer, they're in the 77 car.
Kevin Hanley as well. Anthony Lepresto, all 3 of those drivers back on pit road. So 4 cars out of this one already. This track is difficult to make passes when it's like this, just above the slick. So it'll be interesting to see if that bottom side does come in, because it can work, especially in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, well, watch, like we said, 3 and 4, you can carry that momentum down the back straightaway. Like you said, get that little bit of a D shape where you carry that forward momentum off of 2 down into turn number 3. So we'll see what happens. And kind of watching that, we had it was a 2-for-1 White Castle drive-through back there for 2nd and 3rd as they laid him in there. Chief Sheridan was that 2 spot. Richie Preston, though, drove that thing to the bottom side and just let her eat to the top. And after the crossover move of Sheridan, he was able to keep it up there, the top spot. But does he have anything for Vinny Sansone? Now, we talked about this last night, Brett. Identical setups on these again tonight, too? No.
In fact, they're actually open setups now.
So they're open, so I can do whatever I want?
Do whatever you want. In fact, I was actually told late yesterday afternoon, my time, that those 305s, they're open setups as well. Normally you see 305 class to be fixed sets, but all open sets, so you can make any sort of adjustments. And I guess that's why Cameron Merriman was so dominant, and it explained why that he was able to have nearly about a half a track lead at Limaland.
Yeah, he had him covered last night. So watch that 93 back there. We talked to him last night. A good top 3 finish out of the Roberts machine back there deep in the field. Chris back there. We'll keep an eye on them as the pace truck goes to the infield. 11. So that'll be 9 laps down as we get ready to go back to the green flag. It'll still be Sansone, your race leader, Preston. Sheridan, now Sheridan to the outside. Sheridan's got company. Here comes Preston. Preston back to the outside. They'll race it off the bottom. It's Crete to Crete racing down the front straightaway. They'll put that 15 machine of Sheridan back to the number 2 spot. And right here, Brett, he is sizing up your race leader down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Sheridan making that bottom side work. I did mention it. I did say that the bottom side might be a little, it'll be interesting to see if that bottom side does come back in. Sheridan making it work down low. Here goes Preston back to the outside. Sheridan slides up, takes the line away. Yellow flag is out. Boy, oh boy, Michael Sheridan. How about that on the bottom side on that restart? He nearly pickpocketed the pair of them in the space of a couple of laps.
I've been watching him. Sheridan, I'm wondering if a long green flag run is what he needs. You watched him as he got around him on that caution. Started chasing down the 80 machine of Sansone, your leader. And you wonder if he's got to have that little bit of a longer green flag run. You know, he's about 5/100ths of a second slower, looking at timing and scoring that last or on qualifying, and then just had about a 5/10ths of a second disadvantage. But he can make that up pretty quick. We watched him on the drop of that green after that restart. Hustle back to the inside. And that a 3-car race for the lead's going to be real good. We'll see if anybody else can get up there, but I guarantee you Sansone's got the witch's broom locked up in the cockpit of that 80 machine, not wanting to throw it out the window.
I'll keep an eye on other drivers throughout the field. Of course, Mike Keegan. He is the defending Dirty Old Bastards 410 Winged Sprint Car Champion. Looking to defend that crown this season. Chris Roberts has picked up a championship in the 410s, and little side note as well, I've actually picked up myself a 410 Sprint Car Championship with the Dirty Old Bastards as well.
Whoa!
Yeah, I guess I can do both. I guess I can talk and race.
Well, you know what? You've got me beat because I can't do either. I mean, I can talk. There's no doubt about that. But the racing deal, no. That takes eye, feet, hand control, and talent, and none of those three things go together with me anymore. It seems like any less.
All right, let's are out on the pace truck. A bit of fun. Nice working with you again, Jerry. It's always a blast to have you up here in the booth.
Oh, this is a great time. I'm glad I was able to get down and get them nachos between the heat races or the dash and the feature. Got me all revved up, full of fuel. Time to fill the full bells. As here we go. Injectors dump the fuel to the 410 high rods, and we'll go green flag racing down into turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Sansone that time with a good start. He'll put himself about 3 car lengths between himself and Michael Sheridan. Sheridan, though, cuts the creep down the bottom side. Look at this. He is going to give up 2 spots, Brett. Miscue of navigation on the bottom of turn 3 is putting back to 5th.
Well, that's the risk you take from running that inside wall down on the low side of the racetrack. He's now fallen back to position number 5. But look at him. There were 3 wide and 3 and 4. Preston up on the top side. Siskowski now coming back on the inside of Richie Preston into turn number 1 and 2. Siskowski up to second spot. And the number 7 machine is Hall at 855 right now.
Siskowski made the move as Siskowski working it there to number 2 spot. Richie Preston back to 3rd. Tyson Landis, Michael Sheridan drop back to the number 5 spot as we will watch him down to turn number 3 and 4. Look at the battle for the number 2 spot. It's all like Donkey Kong down the front straightaway. Preston, Richie Preston, the one in the corner now up there. They've come together. Look out. Troubles. We got him upside down in turn 2.
Chance Siskowski, the number 7. We've seen it happen live. He just gets into the back of Preston. Gets that number 7 machine a little crossed up, and well, cars coming behind him into turn number 1 and 2, having nowhere to go. But now, a big gap that Vinny Sansone had put on the field after that about 5-lap green flag run. Well, that's going to take that back. And Richie Preston, he's going to have another opportunity at trying to get back by Vinny Sansone for that race lead. But boy, oh boy, I think this one, I don't want to say it's locked up in the bag because anything happened here on the iRacing.com service. Anything can happen if these drivers, have realised that they need to put enough fuel in this race car to get through, because you'd hate to see a race lost on fuel.
And that's the deal. We have seen some long cautions here, of course. And when you shut these things down, a person forgets that when you get back in the throttle from an idle to full song, it dumps a lot of fuel down those through the injector hole, down through the injector hats, and into that big 410 cubic inch engine that these guys are racing here tonight at Volusia. And fuel is it's not only as much as what it takes to run the car, but it's also the weight. So we watch. It's one of that. It's that fine game, isn't it, Brett? That you play. It's that game of chess. How much weight do I need? How much setback do I need? And how much fuel do I need to go 35 laps on a half-mile racetrack?
Well, I can tell you the fuel mileage actually in what is a 486 gear in the diff of these cars. You actually need, if you calculate it per lap, you use 0.7 gallons per lap. So if you do the math on that at about 35, you're probably going to need, I'm going to say, somewhere around the 23, 24 gallon mark. So And again, with these caution laps not counting, you won't burn any fuel under yellow, so you don't really want to be playing the risk and running yourself short.
No, you don't. Here we go. Back to the green flag as we race down into turn number 1 and 2. It's still Sandstone, still your race leader. Now that 31 machine of Tyson Landis coming up. Landis into the number 3 spot on the restart. They'll race them on down, and it's still Sandstone, your race leader. He's starting to drive away and run and hide on this one. Down into turn number 1 and 2, that 1 1/4 of Richie Preston, still the number 2 spot. Landis, Sheridan, and look at that. Roberts last night in a 3rd place run in a 3:05, right back there running number 5 spot tonight with a 4:10.
Yeah, notable mention as well. Casey Graves up to position number 6. He started, I think it was in row 6 or 7, so he's made his way forward. He's the chance at a top 5 right now. The True Speed Motorsports 101 machine. Roberts with a slide job on Sheridan down into turn number 3 and 4. The battle is on for second. Here comes Tyson Landis, winding that number 31 upside up on the top side and making the pass down the back straightaway. But Preston fights back up on the inside. Preston with a slide up. The battle is on for the motor placings.
They'll work him down the back straightaway. That 31 machine on a mission. That, of course, is Tyson Landis. Landis will now cross over, come to the inside. He'll go boards deep on him and trying down the back straightaway. It's still Landis in the 2 spot where he was scored last time. Now Preston back on the outside. Look at the battle for the number 2 spot. While that battle is going on, here comes that 93 machine. Chris Roberts back there. He is blue and true, holding the midsection of the racetrack. They'll look it down there. The 31 machine of Landis Preston. And look at this. Last night he was catfishing. Tonight he's coming to the top. Here comes Roberts to 3rd.
Oh boy, you don't often see this one. You barely see the 93 of Roberts. Barely anyway than mid-track right now, but right upstairs into turn number 3 and 4. You can throw a blanket over these 4 cars right now. And here comes Graves. Look at him, 2 by 2 down into turn number 1 and 2, Jerry.
I'll watch him down the back straightaway. Oh, Doctor, you've got to run for him. It'll be that 31 of Tyson Landis back there. Roberts on the outside. You know they are all hoping to see that yellow flag. It is Roberts right now. It is a quick one in this group of 6 back there racing. The Sandstone 80 machine is G-O-N-E got it. They're 3 deep and selling cheap down the back straightaway. Look out, there's trouble behind them. We got him crossed up on 2. Yellow is out of the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack as the guys battling back there for 6th and 7th got together on the exit of turn number 2 and bring out the caution. And that, I believe right there, Brett, that is what Chris Roberts is sitting there going, I need this caution. I need it. I know I've got something for that 80 machine. As he was, he ain't catfishing tonight, but he's on the top and hammered down.
He's looking for that hook, line, and sinker, trying to reel them all in. No catfishing on for the 93 of Roberts, but tell you, how about that battle right there? Roberts, Landis, Graves, Sheridan was there as well. Keegan as well in that X machine. Boy, they were 3 wide coming to the start-finish line there just as the yellow flag come out. And boy, oh boy, I mean, if I'm Vinny Sansoni right now, I would have been loving to hear that these drivers are going 2 and 3 wide. But it just goes to show that these drivers have the respect for one another, that they're able to put the trust in the other cars to go 3 deep, especially on the straightaways here, because on the front stretch, it's a little tighter than what the back stretch is, Jerry.
Yeah, it's amazing how when you watch this, if you've ever been to Volusia in person or seen it as a race, it's not the widest racetrack in the world. It does narrow up down those straightaways, the corners, big sweeper and wide, but you'll narrow to a funnel down them straightaways, and you've got to be, you got to respect the guy to the inside and the out of you. And I tell you what, if you're Steelers wheels and you're stuck in the middle, you got to look out down the straightaway, because it could be clowns to the left and be jokers to the right. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, Roberts, he was working that top side. But now what is going to be about 9 laps left to run. Is there a chance that he goes back and catfishes down the bottom and picks up 1 or 2 more spots?
I think he looks comfortable up top, because at this point in the game, the slider is what you're protecting. Late in the field, you got to protect that slider and make sure that nobody comes up and chops the nose off, and you've got to pedal that car. We'll see what they've got for him. Sandstone, they'll take him on down off at 2. Look at this. Roberts is in the clutches of Graves and Stotts. Down the back straightaway, the battle for the 3rd spot. Now that 31 machine of Landis will get around the 93 of Roberts.
Oh, business has picked up, picking right up where they left off before the yellow flag. Landis and Roberts, they will now go side by side down the back straightaway. Roberts down into 3 and 4. Slide job, but now coming after Richie Preston. He looks for 2 for the price of 1 inside of a lap. Roberts back upstairs. Sansoni absolutely running away from this field, but the battle is on 2 by 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Roberts and Graves nearly come together.
Oh, Sansone all alone out front like the chess club president on prom night has run away and hit on this one. Look at this. Roberts has now come to the 2 spot. They're 3 wide off at turn 2. Look out into the creek. They go into the arm code down off the back straightaway. They get him. Watch it. Sansone still your leader. Roberts running in the number 2 spot. Third is Preston. Landis and Graves, your top 5. Graves hits the car in the wall. But even though he got it in the wall, he is quick and back up into the number 4 spot down into turn number 3.
That 101 machine is holding right now on the cushion. He moves into position number 3. Casey Graves now coming back after Roberts. What a drive this is by Casey Graves. He's just got 3.5 more laps to go. How about the race leader, Vinny Sansoni? He's starting to lose a bit of time right now. Chris Roberts is working the middle through 1 and 2, slides up. 2.5 to go. Can Roberts catch him? But I dare say that Graves, he might be able to have a challenge here at second here in the next lap or 2.
Graves has worked on to the number 3 spot. The twin sticks will twirl. They'll work him on down. You see him a little tight getting down. Another 101 machine coming to the outside. Graves will get to the tank. The tail tank of the 93 of Roberts this time by. White flag out. Vinny Sansone, your race leader. Roberts running the number 2 spot. Then it is Graves. Graves will drive to the bottom side. Here's where we talk about protecting the slider. Sansone, Gio, gone. Don't worry about this one. He's got it in the bag. White castles, and they come and watch him on the turn number 4. Sansone to the checker. Roberts to second. Graves and Preston. Mike Keegan round out your top 5 here at the end of 35 laps.
Holy cow. Quality over quantity tonight. Vinny Sansoni, a dominating performance. But how about the drivers in second and third? Chris Roberts, Casey Graves. We're going to give special mention to Tyson Landis and Richie Preston. Those drivers, and of course Mike Keegan, Michael Sheridan, those drivers put on an absolute bell ringer. Sansoni, your winner. Roberts and Graves, second and third. Hopefully we'll chat to those 3 drivers in just a few moments' time. Landis and Preston, 4th and 5th. Then we go back to Keegan, Sheridan, Stoltz, Brown, and Siskowski to round out the top 10. Then you go back to Hill, LaPresto, Hanley, Schaefer, and Henselman. Man, what a racetrack we had here tonight, Jerry.
Look at the numbers. Sansone rolls off 2, goes 1. Roberts from 5th to 2nd. A plus 10 for Casey Graves. 13th on the starting grid to 3rd. Doubled his percentage. Landis from 8th to 4th. Preston, numbers weren't so great. Dropped back 5 spots, but that move right there, Casey Graves, what a run from 13th to 3rd. And with 4 to go, he was wrecked in the Armco off of turn number 2 and saved that thing.
Yeah, not only that, he would have had some sort of damage on the right rear of that car, but, for him to do what he did, drive around the outside of a number of cars and challenge Roberts. I thought Graves was going to grab second there in those last couple of laps, but boy, oh boy, hopefully we get to chat to our top 3 here in just a moment. But we do have, what we do have is our second place runner, and well, I think this guy has certainly earned this second spot here tonight, and I think Jerry, you caught up with our second place driver, Chris Roberts.
Catfish! He's on the top tonight, brother.
Yeah, the Catfish is a little wore out of breath, a little shaken after running the top side there like that. But
that'll happen. Walk us through that. You had, I talked about it with about 8 to go on that late race caution. When you're up on the top like that, you got to protect that slider. Is that something you knew was coming, what you were going to have to do with, or we saw you throw one of those things too, and I was awful impressed on it.
Well, needless to say, Volusia is one of the few tracks I kind of feel comfortable if I got to go up top there. And the way the wind was here, it really helped stick the car in 3 and 4. And that thing was ripping around the top in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 was a little hairy, especially coming off with the wind blowing you out there. But through 3 and 4, I wasn't really too worried about a slider because I knew I could either cross them over or just, rip right back around him on the outside. And I thought I was going to catch Vinny there and finally win a 410 race in what felt like forever, but I kind of got the wall on the front stretch there, and he pulled back away. But
well, we watched Vinny. We watched him kind of walk the dog on everybody tonight and go clean sweeping on this deal. But after that last caution, I kept watching you, and you were catching him. Had you changed the line or anything, or what were you doing different that you had been not doing the 10 laps previous to that to catch him running down?
Just basically, I got out front by myself. Didn't have to compete trying to take that second spot. I had the second spot and secured, and could run the line I wanted to, and just try and catch him. And I was doing it, getting a little excited, but I got up into the wall just a little bit out of 4, and he started pulling away after that.
Well, I know had a great run last night in the 305s up there, the short little bull ring. I come back to the big half mile here at Volusia. I know you got some how was Dad doing on the spotting tonight?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How was Pops doing on the spotting tonight? Was he giving you some hints, or did he just let you run this thing?
Nah, I just ran it.
Who do you want to thank for the runner-up spot tonight?
Well, one, Jerry, we might have to figure a way to get you to come back more often, because 2 podiums with you up in the booth, I haven't touched the podium in months. So,
well, when it comes to me and Lucky Charms, they come in a box with milk. Is about the only thing that happens. But I got a feeling we'll be joining you guys quite a bit here until we get. My weeks are pretty free. I don't do a whole ton of announcing during the weeks, but I'm having fun with Brett and you guys. This is fun. I'll be on here as much as I can. I'm having a blast.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad we've put on some great racing for you to come and broadcast us. I appreciate you coming out and doing it. Wheeler, thanks for everything you do with the broadcast and bringing Jerry in. I stayed up last night after we got done and watched the 305 one, and that was a great broadcast. I really, really enjoyed it. Went along with some great racing too, so enjoyed that, Jerry. That was pretty cool. But just got to thank, all our league sponsors, Wicked Cushion Esports, Wicked Energy Gum, Wicked Cushion, for everything that they do for us. Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame with the 305 deal. I forgot last night, got Super Cleans, the Quick Time Award for the 305s last night. And then tonight, Jay-Z iRacing Photography. He does the Hard Charger Award for the 410s, so thanks to them guys for doing that. Just like last night, everybody who comes out races with us, the 410s, they're our top tier. They got the least amount of guys in the series, so those pools a little bit smaller to pick from. And you got 3 big things going on tonight. You got the VLR race. There was another special sprint car race in the USAC deal, so that's kind of why the field's a little short tonight. But thanks to the guys coming out and all the fans. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Like I say, Brett and I talked about it. Quantity and quality are 2 different things, and we saw a ton of quality here tonight with the quantity of cards that we had.
Oh, yeah, it is. And, like I said last night, the 305s, 360s, I'm letting more people in than I did last season, so the car counts are bigger than they were last season, but the quality of racing is still there, and that's the key thing. If it gets too big and the quality goes down, then we'll make some changes. But right now, the quality of racing is still there. The guys are enjoying it. I've been getting messages, staying up late after we get done racing, talking to guys that just how much they're enjoying DOB again, having fun. Glad they're a part of it, and everybody's like looking forward to DOB races again instead of what it was before the restructuring. So everybody's enjoying it, and that's what counts.
Yep, we noticed that it doesn't matter, like we talked about last night with the different divisions of cars you raced at. Sometimes change is good, and it changes for the better. And it sounds like the changes have been made have brought things back to where it's fun, and that's what it doesn't matter if it's on iRacing or if it's at your local dirt track. Racing is supposed to be fun, and that's what we want it to be.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I've been telling guys past 2 weeks now. I said with the way the racing is now, I'm back to the point of I enjoy running the show the same, if not more, than actually racing in it. Like the 360s this season, I've had terrible luck and only made one of the 4 shows, but just the car count and the quality of the races there, especially the A mains, it's just been a blast to sit up in the booth and actually run the show and watch it. It's been really cool.
All right, well, Chris Roberts, well done on your second place run here tonight. It's nice to see you put this number 93 back up near the top step of the podium. You certainly had a good run. We'll let you get out of here, bud.
10-4. Thank you, Wheeler. Thanks, guys.
You bet.
All right, there we go. Chris Roberts there, home in second spot. We'll bring in our driver that comes home third place tonight, driving the number 101 machine for True Speed Motorsports. It's Casey Grays. Grays, well, how about that? You start near dead last, position 13, and you drive all the way up to third spot, picking up 10 spots. I believe that'll be a hard charger tonight. You got to be pumped about that result.
Yeah, a little bit. I had some internet issues in the heat race, and it put me in the back. And I'm like, well, I don't know what the track's going to do. I'll just set it up. I put the wing at 30 and just hope for the best, hope it got slick. And I just kind of waited my time out the first 15 laps. People are going crazy, and then the track started to open up, and I found the cushion and just started flying. And if I didn't start so far back, I might have had a shot at winning it, but I'm happy with third.
Let's go.
Starting back there from 13th, and you said you found the top. What took you so long to find the top?
Well, I was so loose the start of the race. I started with the wing about halfway back, and then I put it all the way in the trunk and just let it hang, and I found it.
Let's talk about that moment with about 5 or 6 to go. You go down the back straight away. You guys were nearly 3 deep. You get that opening, and then all of a sudden it almost looked like your car got faster with damage. What was going through your mind when you hit the wall that late in the race?
I wasn't worried about it. I was either going to go for the win or wreck it. So I think I didn't think I hit it too hard. I just kind of rode up it on the cushion, so it wasn't too bad. I really didn't lose much time when I hit it.
Well, congratulations, Graves, on this third place run. You pick up 10 spots. It was a hell of a drive, and I would have liked to see you get maybe 1 or 2 spots higher up. But hey, maybe next time. But before we let you go, Graves, sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
I got to thank the boys at True Speed, Dylan, Curry, Mitch, Jason Reed, Jason Brownie, Alec. I got to thank Alec at Mastermind for helping me out on my paint job, and then 1RC Wraps, which is me, for doing the rest of the work on the car.
Oh, there we go. Casey Graves home in third spot. Jerry, I think you're down trackside in victory lane with your winner here tonight.
Benny, congratulations. They tried to lock the door to the broom closet, but you was able to find the key and clean sweep this thing tonight. Congratulations, sir. Oh, there you are.
Got ya.
You guys hear me all right?
I got you, Vinny. Like we said, clean sweep here tonight. Got to feel good in that old Superman number 80 machine, putting her up on the box here tonight at Virtual Volusia, doesn't it?
Yeah, sorry I couldn't hear everything. My internet's going in and out, but I just want to say thanks for the race. It became a tougher track than I had thought. If this is coming through clear, we just want to thank Dirt Racing and all the guys on my team that are keeping me going, and Supermoon and Next Level Designs for the car, and you guys here at DOB and everybody broadcasting this, doing a good job every week for these guys.
Well, we'll let you, like I said, it sounds like having a little technical internet issues. We'll let you get back to getting things ready for next week, Vinny. Congratulations on a heat race, a dash, and a feature win here tonight, and we'll see you back next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Usually it's a wireless mic breaking up. Really, I wasn't the only one with internet issues tonight. The rookie gets a mulligan, I think, right?
You get some sort of break, but hey, tell you what, hey, how about this race tonight? Let's just quickly recap what we've seen here over the past couple of nights. Of course, last night 305s at Lima Lane, those drivers on a black slick racetrack put on 2-3 wide action with what we have, I think, 45 cars in that one. You come down here to Volusia, we have 15 cars in the 410 series, and these drivers still put on 2 and 3 wide racing on a track that was getting very slick late towards the end of that one.
That was one thing I was wanting to talk to Vinny about was the racetrack going away from him as he was using that same line every time, and but talking to Chris and to Casey, the racetrack was slicking off up there and dirtying a little bit up on the top side from the way it sounded. So that's why you saw those guys coming up off the bottom and getting up into that stuff to help. I've always said it, if you can get some guys in the line, and once things get dirty and you clean it off, it becomes a lot quicker. And I think we saw that here tonight at Virtual Volusia with that top lane coming back in for guys deeper in the field as they cleaned it back off, chasing down your race winner.
Well, that'll do it for us here on this Thursday evening for the Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Winged Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bastards. Jerry, I believe you and I have got some speed shift broadcast over the next couple of days, so we'll certainly keep an eye out on that one. Let everyone know where you can catch either Jerry or myself, Brett Wheeler, but still got one more race later on tonight, so again, we'll be live on Facebook and YouTube. But Jerry, as always, buddy, it's been an absolute blast in the booth with you, and as I said last night, you are welcome back anytime you like, sir.
Oh well, we'll make a ritual of this. We'll get, like I said, until we get going, and with the whole COVID-19, until we get doing some racing outside, I'm up for a little bit of everything. I'm having fun at this. I kind of did my first watch party, and I got a couple of Mo race fans on there saying, I can't believe I'm watching racing on a computer, but I don't have anything else to watch. So we're here. We're helping you. We're going to get everybody through this. And as I said every day when I go to work, we're all in this together. Do what they tell us. Do what they ask. Keep your mind mentally sharp. Exercise. And if you need to watch some racing, we're here for you. Whether it be with the DOBs on the sprint action or whatever, iRacing is now your home until we get to go outside, and we'll be here to bring you as much of it as we can and make it as exciting. I mean, I didn't think this was going to be as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but it's I'm having a blast, Brett. And it's pleasure working with you and getting to know you and knowing that you're a whole day ahead of me and a couple seasons ahead of me. Now, just so you know, it's supposed to. We may in the Midwest, of the United States. I know you're going from fall to winter, or from summer to fall. We may end up with an April blizzard. Could be the first one since 1973 that shut down the Midwest. So we're going to see. We could have Easter egg hunts in our snowmobile suits up here.
Oh, well, keep us posted on that, and that'd almost be, near 37 years or something like that, if I do quick math correctly, or 47 years, something like that. But anyhow, yes. That'll wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV for this Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Winged Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bass. Of course, big thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, and iRaceWraps. Check them out on all their social media pages. Give them a like and a follow. If you haven't done so already, head over to our Facebook page. If you're watching on there, if you're watching on the watch parties at Ultimate Dirt TV, hit the like and follow button. And don't forget, check out our YouTube channel as well. www.youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit that subscribe button. It is free to watch on YouTube as it is on Facebook. But until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, and everybody that makes this wheels turn here on a weekly and nightly basis, and on behalf of Jerry Vansickle, J Van, and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell and good night from the virtual Volusia Speedway Park.